and manifesting, anything you're dealing with, as long as you keep it on the back burner, it's like you see it, you focus on it. I mean, the thing about this manifesting is very simple. We make it very complex with all types of stuff, but it's easy. It's really simple, guys. It's just all. This is what you got to do. There's two things you got to do when it comes to manifest or using the law of attraction. Two things you got to do, guys. First thing is you have to know what you want. Okay, so that's okay. I want that. That's number one. Second thing is, okay, decide that I'm gonna get it. That's it. Now, here's the trick about it, though. People think when this decide part is called, okay, I decide I'm going to get it, they try to go in and figure out how they're going to get it. That's not what the law says. The law says just make a decision, know what you want, and decide that, okay, that's what I want. Decide that's what I'm going to create. That's what I'm going to come into my life. And then you let the creative process work. Most people, people don't trust the creative process. They don't trust the universe because they don't understand how the laws of the universe work. I said this before, people can trust strangers. They drive their car every day and the next person next to them, they trust that person. They don't even know them. That person could go right into them and hit their car. We trust strangers and people we don't even know daily, but we aren't able to trust the creative process. What is this creative process? I'm talking about how things come into existence. There's a process. Everything has to take a process. It has to be a birth. It has to be a conception. It has to be a birth. Everything has to follow that order. People don't trust that. And that's the part that's more highly intelligent because people don't understand like quantum physics, how the biochemicals in the body works, so the mind. And I get it. That's cool. But I'm telling you guys and I'm teaching you guys that you have to trust the unseen because the unseen is really the seen. Just because you can't see it, it's just because our limited brain. Remember I said 99% of reality is unseen. So that means there's creative process going on just because your senses aren't tuned to it. So it's working in your favor behind the scenes. 99% things you can't hear. Imagine what I'm saying to you. I'm talking to you now. You can hear me. You can hear the birds and all that. That's 1% of actual sound that's going on around the universe. Imagine there are beings talking right now. Imagine there are spirit guides, angels, whatever they're talking, they're communicating, you can't hear none of that stuff. Your body and the way you evolved just haven't been able to tune into that. The senses, our human senses haven't developed to catch up to that yet. It's there, but you just can't detect it. Right? So that's what I call a trust the process. I say it again. It's not when I see it, I believe it. It's when you believe it, you shall see it. You guys should write that down, man. That'll help you. Write down, it's not when I see it, I will believe it. It's when I believe it, I'll see it. The Matrix teaches you, when you see it is believing. No, seeing is not believing. Believing is seeing. I repeat that. Seeing is not believing. Believing is seeing. Because when you believe, you're able to tap into the 99% world. You only get there through faith. How do you have patience? Believing, expecting, and faith. Your mind will always be impatient because the mind thinks it has limited time. Your mind knows, the ego says, I'm going to die one day. Because it sees time and it sees birth, middle, and death. So it says, oh man, I'm only got a short time on this place. I got to hurry up and get what I want to get. That's why we struggle with impatience. That's why we struggle with the need and attachment, because our minds are always trying. We got to get this, man. We got to get this stuff before we got to get this stuff before our life ends. We got to get this stuff before We got to get it, bro. We got to get this money. We got to get this relationship. We got to get this success. We got to get all. Because by the time you quit, it tells you that because that's what it sees. But, here's the but now. Every time I say but, and there's the truth coming out. But, the fact is, you cannot die. What I mean by that, your energy or your life force and all that stuff, it's just another phase. It goes back into the universe. Who you are doesn't obey time. And also, your ego also give you a false illusion of time. It makes you think that all this stuff is going to happen really fast, or you're going to be this very fast. Before you get it, you're going to be old. All that. It's a trickery of the mind. None of that happens. So that's why it's hard to have patience, because our mind struggles with that, because it can't, because it sees things in linear time. Your soul is infinite patience. Patience, matter of fact, patience don't even exist. Patience is something we made up. Patience is the natural flow of the universe. Things just come into time when they're supposed to come into time.